So this week we're focusing on the Prism.K12 strategy of express. Our Prism.K12 definition of express is to convey personal thoughts or emotion. And if you're on the website, you can look and see a few different examples of how the Prism.K12 strategy of express might be used. And then this, where it says in the classroom, is a description of the lesson that got to this work of art right here. And this work of art was a first grade activity where students had been learning about animals and ecology, and they took their study of all of that and combined it to create a new critter. And then they expressed themselves by creating the different parts that would then come together to be a whole. So that is the Prism.K12 strategy of express. And we're going to use the strategy express tonight with English language. We're going to look at artwork by an artist named Richard Tuttle. So this is, for those of you who haven't been here before, this is the stairwell and sort of landing area in the historic house here at the Phillips Collection. And you can see that he's taken these like everyday objects and created these like sculptural artworks out of them and installed them throughout the museum. And it moves through the second floor of the house. So this is a gallery. And if you can imagine, this whole gallery, and in fact, this whole floor of the museum is installed with these like everyday sculptural objects. And each object is juxtaposed with a line from a poem. So he wrote a 41-line poem and then created 41 objects to correlate with each line of the poem. If you saw, a lot of his work is very textiles based and has like a real tactile quality about it. And so that's kind of where we're bringing in this week's activity. So again, he likes to spark a conversation about everyday objects, the memories and feelings that those objects might provoke, and then he couples it with poetry. And so that's, we're going to be inspired by him to do our activity tonight. We're going to dive in to our Richard Tuttle inspired expression, exploring textures and memories and feelings and using found objects to do so. So grab your cube, open your glue dots, and then you're going to take 6 of these textures and adhere them with the glue dots to your cube. Okay, so I think everyone has adequately explored their cube. So now you can open your eyes and just jot down, and it can be totally flow consciousness. Write down sort of what came up for you when you had your eyes closed and you were exploring those textures on the cube. So try to write a paragraph or so. So Blackout Poetry, this is a really great blog post on the Scholastic website. And you can see from these illustrations, this is what Blackout Poetry is. It's usually done with like found books. You can get like old library books or magazines. And you do that same thing where you don't read the page, but you sort of scan it. I liken it to like, you don't look directly at it, you just kind of glance at it. Circle words that stand out to you. Like this person has done, and then you create an original artwork around those words that you've circled. So what I'm having you do is you created your writing yourself based on your own experience with the cube, and then you've circled those standout words from your own writing, and then you could create blackout poetry with your markers and your colored pencils that highlights really that experience that those textures brought up for you.